Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So the Dragon Ball Legends reveals and stuff Legends Festival Edition has just ended, and we got a ton of information for a lot of things that will be coming into the game during the next daily reset. So of course we got like a whole bunch of events coming back. I mean, for example, we have the Legends Festival Celebration where you're able to get up to 300 free summons, which usually is really good for newer players. So if there's maybe specific sparking units that you might be missing, or if you're just trying to get units in general, you'll have the opportunity to get those tickets every single day, and through that you can get a total of up to 300 tickets and then just go crazy and spend them and get lots of characters. So there's that. Plus we're also getting the 10 days one Legends Limited thing as well, where for every 10 days that you log into the game, you'll get one like Legends Limited ticket for the, you know, whatever banner it is, and through that you'll be able to get some LF units. Each time it'll actually add more LF units to the banner as well. So I believe starting off it's what, Zenkai Goten, Zenkai LF, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and Beerus, and then afterwards they're gonna add all LF units leading up to Vegeta Blue, and then afterwards you'll add all other LF units leading up to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. They did something similar to this, I believe, during the anniversary. So if you're maybe missing out on particular LF units, that's definitely going to be your opportunity to get some. Also, we're going to have, you know, the login bonus where you can get crystals and medals and all that good stuff. And we also have the Festival Duel, which is obviously, you know, for PvP, which will just give you like certain titles and all the good stuff depending on where you place for ranking. So if you place within the top 10k, then you're more than likely going to be good to go to get at least one of those. And then of course we have the boost campaign, which is coming back. Choice battles coming back as well. We have the festival raid, which lets you get good items. Hoi Poi is coming back, which is always a good thing. We also have the Legends Festival Supreme Thanks campaign as well, and through that we're able to get things such as brand new sleeves as well. And the sleeves that they have this time were from the title screen, where it shows Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Ultra Instinct Goku. So if you want to get some unique sleeves, those will be there for you as well. Some other things are, of course, we have missions where we can get up to 3,000 free crystals. So again, free-to-play players, this is your opportunity to farm more crystals to be able to either summon on the new banner or to save them for whatever banner you want to spend them on. And then of course, Legends Festival Tuesday is here. They did this during the anniversary, but every Tuesday, if you log in, you'll get Legends Festival Tuesday coin, and with that coin you can either use that to get crystals, or you can save up to 3 and spend that to get Legends Limited multi-Z power. And another thing we're getting are Z2 medals. Now, if you guys know, we have Z medals in the game, and you primarily get them from getting multiple dupes of units. But this time around, we're getting a new version of them called Z2 medals, and you can use these to get Ultra Skip tickets and rocket boosters. And not only that, with these Z2 medals, you also have the ability to obtain, in a sense, the alternate outfit of characters. So you guys know, like when you play on PvP or even PvE and you're using the same character as the opponent's character will come through as a different outfit. We, in a sense, now have the opportunity to select those outfits. So that's actually really cool, because there's a lot of characters in this game that have fire alternate outfits. I think like UI signed Goku is one of them in my opinion. But yeah, and then we have Legends Face Off 2022. We have like some other like social media campaigns coming back and all that good stuff. But apart from all of that, we now get into the brand new units. So we're receiving an EX Majub, and we're also getting an EX Omega Shenron. I don't know why they were teasing Omega Shenron, especially if he's an EX unit, but I mean, we're getting one, so there's that. And we're also getting 2 new sparking units, one of which I was actually not expecting, but we're getting the Hellfighter version of Android 17, which is very interesting. And of course, we're getting the new LF unit, and that is none other than Tag Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. We also got confirmation that finally, after 4.5 years, we will finally be able to play as Giblet and Zaha. And I recorded my reaction to all those announcements. So let's take a look at the reactions first, and then we'll break everything down. Uh-oh. Zenkai! Oh, I'm about to say, I was like, yo, if he's getting a Zenkai, it's time. Okay, so they're showing like the Legends Festival units and all that good stuff. Yup. A new Majub! Okay, a new Majub. A new Omega Shenron. Again, they were teasing him like crazy. Hellfighter 17? Really? Wasn't expecting him at all. That's another android buff too. Oh, and they actually have like the portal. That's actually pretty dope. Up here goes Don Don. Oh, wait, there is. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, their attack unit. Super Saiyan 4 Goku Vegeta. They gotta go crazy. They gotta go crazy. They gotta go crazy.
I'll handle this.
Oh man, yes! Yeah.
It's my turn.
Okay, Vegeta. Oh, the LF! You obviously LF. Come on now. Is it what I think it is? I thought so. I was like, that has to be the elephants if they're attack unit. Yes.
I knew we could do it. Was there ever any?
Oh man. Yo, I'm actually very excited for this, man. I can't wait. Holy. Okay, 17.
Allow me to test my new hellish powers.
How about this?
Oh, his key blaster red.
I've had enough.
Gone.
The depths of hell are calling.
I really wasn't expecting like the GT 17. Oh
Long
man.
last I have ascended.
Well done. You made it.
You made it.
Oh man. Okay, special move has blast armor.
These times are dark enough without you, so it's time to wait.
Oh, he has blast armor on strike. That's gonna be really good. Oh, okay. AoE special skill with Vegeta. He also has blast armor on strike. Special move has blast armor. Oh man. Bro, combo him. I'm so happy that's the LF. That's so cool.
I knew we could do it. Was there ever any doubt?
That's so cool, bruh. Okay. The blood of the defeated. The blood of the tainted. Oh. Let's go! Finally! Finally! Oh my god, finally! Oh my god! Whoa! Oh my god, finally! Giblet and Zaha are finally obtainable! Oh my, I've waited so long for this! Oh my god, Giblet and Zaha are finally obtainable! For GT, we only have details on 17 and on Goku and Vegeta, so that's all we'll focus on talking about. So, starting off with I was about to say Super 17. Starting off with 17, it says, obviously Android 17, sparking purple and support, which sounds really weird because he doesn't really seem like a support type. But anyway, so anyway, his tags are Androids, Twins, GT, and Powerful Opponent. Z ability 3, plus 30% to tag GT or tag Android base blast attack and defense, and plus 15% to tag GT base strike defense during battle, which are all good. Again, I think the best thing about this right now is the fact that he is another purple sparking GT unit. That is the most important thing to me, because we've only had one for years, multiple years. So this is our second purple sparking unit for GT. Anyway, unique abilities, plus 20% to damage inflicted against tag Sun family or tag Android cannot be cancelled, which is nice, especially with, Beast Gohan running rampant. Applies the following effects to itself when battle starts, plus 90% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, reduces damage received by 60% cannot be cancelled, plus 70% to key recovery cannot be cancelled, and nullifies attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 30 timer counts, which are all good. Again, especially the damage buff and the damage reduction as well, because we're obviously not trying to get comboed out here. Moving on, it says, the following effects occur according to the number of times this character has been on the battlefield. 1 or more times, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 15% to damage received for 20 timer counts. 2 or more times, reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 1, activates twice, and 3 or more times, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 15 to special move and special arts costs for 20 timer counts. So, seeing that he can be paired on androids, if you pair him with the tag androids and you swap with them constantly, you can really sabotage the opponent from being able to execute Rising Rush, because don't forget, tag androids also have an ability that knocks down Dragon Balls as well. So pairing them up might actually be a good thing, and of course, he does buff androids, so he should work with them perfectly fine. So continuing with unique abilities, it says, the following effects occur according to the number of timer counts elapsed from battle start. 15 counts elapsed, plus 40% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, and minus 5 to own arts costs cannot be cancelled. 30 counts elapsed, restores own health by 35%, and increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be cancelled, and 40 counts elapsed, plus 20% to damage inflicted by allies cannot be cancelled. Those are actually pretty nice. And plus, it doesn't really take that long for that to actually execute. Granted, again, lots of strong units are currently in this meta, so I would say, like, with those type of abilities, you might want to keep him as, like, like your mid unit, or even like your last man standing, in a sense. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't say last man standing, because if that's the case, then you won't really be able to take advantage of the ally buff. So I would say have him as like your mid unit, so long as you have like a strong unit to like lead off, and you can kind of hold off on 17, like swap him in when it's necessary, then take him out just to take advantage of those buffs. Then that'll probably be the best opportunity for everything. And then of course, he stores his own substitution count by 2 as default, which is nice. The following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Restores ally key by 20, plus 20% to damage inflicted by allies for 15 timer counts. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Randomly destroys 1 enemy card. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, minus 15% to strike arts power for 15 timer counts. I think honestly, the fact that you're able to draw a card, like when he's swapped to standby, is nice. Obviously, the card is random, but it's still nice because in the process, you restore your key by 20. So at the very least, if you draw a strike arts card, you should be able to use it. And then, let's see, plus 10% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts every time this character uses an arts card if enemy health is 70% or less. So the weaker they are, the stronger he'll attack. And last but not least, restores 30% of damage received after enemy attack is over, up to 30% of own health. So again, he seems pretty, I guess the term would be like kind of touch and go. Again, get him in to take advantage of the buffs, maybe deal a bit of damage, get him out. So that's gonna be interesting, but still, I'm just glad GT finally has a new purple unit. Holy, it's been far too long. And then we get to Goku and Vegeta. So it says Legends Limited Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. They are sparking, of course. They're green units, which means that you can Zenkai boost them, especially with the newly, added Zenkai. Well, not the newest one, but still, the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You can use that unit to boost them, which is great. Anyway, tags are Sun Family, Saiyan, GT, Super Saiyan 4, and Vegeta Clan. Practically the exact same tags as the tag Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, minus, you know, Super Saiyan Blue and God Kid and all that stuff, because they're Super Saiyan 4. Anyway, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Z ability 3, plus 30% to tag GT or tag Saiyan base strike and blast attack, and 15% to tag GT base strike defense during battle. Special move arts applies the following effects up to self upon activation, plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, applies attribute upgrade, minus 30% to enemies sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts, and of course, nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effect when this character attacks for 3 timer counts, which means it gets stronger, you cut through your enemy's defenses, and yes, it nullifies endurance, which is always a good thing. Also, from the gameplay, it actually, you know, it has blast armor on it, which is also good. Continuing, destroys all of your own cards upon activation, but applies the following effects to self based on the number of arts cards destroyed. 1 card plus 15% to special move damage inflicted from 3 timer counts and restores vanishing gauge by 30. 2 cards plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts and restores vanishing gauge by 50%. And 3 cards plus 45% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts and restores vanishing gauge by 100%. So they're pretty much saying that this is a move you actually don't want to combo with. Like, I mean, obviously, if the opportunity arises, use the move. But if you're able to get it off without comboing, then you're in a really good spot because 1, you're gonna deal way more damage because it's gonna be raw damage, and 2, you restore your vanishing gauge entirely if you have a full hand. So, I mean, obviously, you know, circumstances will vary, but you're really gonna want to aim to just use that without actually comboing into it. And then randomly draws at most 2 new cards on hit when you have 3 or fewer cards. So, yeah, that's nice actually. So at least that way you're not just like left there hanging without anything to really fight back with after, you know, all of your cards get destroyed. Because if that were to happen, that would suck a lot. And then of course, the switch ability, switch or attack switch to Vegeta, reverses own element factors, obviously to reverse screen. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards, restores own health by 20% and ki by 30, increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 15 timer counts, minus 10 to own strike and blast arts cost for 15 timer counts, applies buff effect, nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 10 timer counts if there are 3 enemy battle members remaining. So, I would say the only downside to all of this is the cover changing, because yes, you nullify it, but the moment you knock out 1 person on the opposing team, you lose that effect for the rest of the match. And I mean, I guess in a sense it's a powerful ability, so they gotta balance it out some way, but man, that's pretty heavy drawback. I mean, it is what it is. They have to balance it some way. And then of course we have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He is reverse green. So remember, the reverse element factor means that he is strong against purple units, but weak against blue units. Anyway, special move arts applies the following effects to self upon activation, plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, applies attribute upgrade, minus 30% to enemies sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts. Then of course, nullifies enemies, restores health when it reaches 0 effects when his character attacks for 3 timer counts. He gets all of the exact same buffs for the special move as well. And then of course, randomly destroys 2 enemy cards on hit, which is good, because that means you get to sabotage the opponent in some sort of way, shape, or form. And especially units like Beast Gohan don't need to be comboing for 5 years. And then of course the switch ability, attack switch to Goku, reverses own element factors back to just regular green, draw a special move arts card next, restores own health by 20% and ki by 30, plus 50% to own critical rate for 10 timer counts, which is good. Raising your crit is always a good thing. Applies attribute upgrade, shortens substitution count by 2 to self for 15 timer counts, and applies buff effect, nullifies enemies special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 10 timer counts if there are 3 enemy battle members remaining. Again, it's a good ability, but the moment you knock out somebody, it's kind of over, which is unfortunate. And then that wasn't it, right? Now, as a story mode player, we finally got something that I've been begging for so many years now to happen in Legends. Finally, after 4.5 years, we finally get access to Giblet and Zaha, like as actual obtainable characters. And of course, they are completely free to play. You don't have to worry about spending even a single crystal to get these units. Granted, Giblet is coming in as the Saiyan in red. I don't know why they just didn't give us access to the current Giblet that has access to Super Saiyan God, but I mean, one step at a time, I guess. Anyway, so we have Saiyan in red, but we all know it's Giblet, sparking red units and ranged. Now, already it's kind of wild because unlike, Shallot, Giblet is a sparking unit, so I'm hoping that he'll actually be solid. Anyway, Z ability 3 plus 33% to attack Saiyan or episode game originals base blast attack and defense, and plus 15% to episode game originals base blast attack during battle. Makes sense, it's a range type. Unique abilities plus 3% to damage inflicted against tag Saiyan or tag hybrid Saiyan cannot be cancelled. Makes a lot of sense. Applies the following effects to itself when battle starts, plus 80% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 55%, cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 15% for 50 timer counts, cannot be cancelled. And plus 40% to health restoration for 50 timer counts, cannot be cancelled. So it's primarily seems like, well, okay, he has the plus 80% to his damage inflicted, which is a good thing, but they're really trying to emphasize, I would assume, his damage reduction, which is also good because, I mean, obviously you don't want to get bodied. And then being able to get a plus 4% to health restoration is actually insane. Anyway, the following effects occur every time the enemy uses a special arts card while this character is on the battlefield. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 15 timer counts, reduces enemy ki by 30, and inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 10% to strike and blast arts power for 10 timer counts. So for a range type, it really seems to be prevalent on sabotaging as well, but that's if they use a special arts card. So we'll see how that functions, but I mean, so far it doesn't sound too bad. Also, my voice is like dying, but hey, I'm still trying to hang in there. All right, and then we have unique abilities. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Draw a blast arts card next. Restores own ki by 20, plus 40% of blast damage inflicted cannot be stacked, plus 20% of special move damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, activates 3 times, and reduces enemy ki by 15. I think this is good for the most part, except for the ki. Restoring it by 20, but drawing a blast arts card next is kind of counterproductive, because obviously in order to use your blast arts, it's going to cost you 30. So you have to practically make sure that you're going to have a decent amount of ki to swap him in and even be able to utilize that ki blast card next. If it was up by 30 instead of 20, that would have been a safer option. That way you're practically guaranteed to use the blast arts card if you throw him in. But I mean, some ki is better than none, and at least you get a card off of it, so it's not all bad. The following effects occur upon landing a blast arts hit. -5 to own special move arts cost for 10 timer counts up to 20, and 10% chance to reduce enemies' Dragon Balls by 1. So we got another unit that can sabotage your Dragon Balls. And then applies the following effects to itself after enemy attack is over. Restores health by 15%, activates 3 times, and plus 20% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. So again, that's Giblet. It's weird because of the fact that it's not the one that can transform into Super Saiyan God, but again, it's Saiyan in red, so maybe we'll get that unit somewhere along the line. And then of course, we have Zaha. So Zaha is also a sparking unit, he's a blue unit, and he's also support. But the downside is he has no tags. So he's in the same boat as Deborah, which is really bad. Granted, you can put him in the leader slot, but in a general retrospect, he practically doesn't work on any team efficiently, I should say, apart from episode game originals, which is only locked to a handful of units, and then of course just general blue units. But nobody's, well, I mean, you could rock mono blue if you wanted to, but it'll be interesting. Anyway, Z ability 3 plus 18% to episode game originals, or element blue max base health during battle. Unique abilities: shortens own substitution count by 2 as default, applies the following effects to self when battle starts: plus 9% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, reduces damage received by 50% cannot be cancelled, increases arts card draw speed by 1 level cannot be cancelled, and plus 70% to key recovery cannot be cancelled. Those are actually really solid abilities. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield: draw a special arts card next, activates twice, reduces enemy key by 30, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10 to all arts cost for 10 timer counts, cancels enemy attribute upgrades, activates 3 times. So again, for support, that's actually pretty solid. Again, you're able to get a special move, or not special move, a special skill. You cripple your opponent's key, you raise their arts costs, and you take away their buffs, which is great. So that way they can't run rampant and try to hit you into oblivion. Unique abilities: the following effects occur when this character is switched to standby: reduces ally health by 5%, activates 3 times, restores ally key by 30, inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received for 10 timer counts, and then of course applies the following effects to allies when this character is defeated: plus 100% to key recovery, cannot be cancelled. Wow. Okay. And then applies attribute upgrade minus 3% to enemies sustained damage cut effects for 20 timer counts. So that that key recovery is actually really nice. And then special arts: plus 100% to the next strike arts damage inflicted, cannot be stacked, and plus 100% to the next special move damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's a massive buff. So if you use your special skill, your next strike arts and your next special move are going to hit hard. That's insane to me. And also it helps that Zaha has a projectile based special move as well, so you have a better opportunity of landing that instead of having one where you have to actually dash into the opponent's range. Also applies the following effects to allies based on the number of times special arts card Sword Ballet is used. Card 1 plus 30% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Card 2 applies buff effects, nullify attribute downgrades up to 3 times, and nullify abnormal conditions up to 3 times. And card 3 restores health by 10%. So yeah, literally he's support, right? It sounds great in my opinion. And then finally, for these units, again, you get them for free. Zaha you get in part 1 book 3 chapter 5, and Giblet you get in part 3 book 7 chapter 7. And then you also have the ability to complete extra missions to get more Z power, and of course exchange Z2 medals as well to get more Z power for those units. So that is everything that the reveals and stuff had to offer. I'm actually surprised that we only just got one like main headliner for, you know, the banner, which is kind of crazy. But at the end of the day, I will still take it because, look, I mean, Goku and Vegeta look kind of nice, bro. I'm not going to sit here and lie. And of course, finally, Giblet and Zaha are playable. Granted, I'm really surprised they didn't give Zaha a powerful opponent, but I guess this is Zaha before he revealed who he was, so I guess it makes sense. It's just him having no tags is going to be a really major downside. That's it, but I mean, I'm sure we'll find a way to make it work. But I do want to know what you guys thought about all of this information in the comment section below. With that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.